Hi everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I'm Peter, and this ginger is Connor.
Hey everyone.
We're going to talk about Killjoys Season 2, Episode 5. It's called Meet the Parents. There was no Robert De Niro in this episode, or Ben Stiller, or anyone else who was in
It's a
the
little bit of a shame.
movie.
That would have been one hell of a guest star.
Especially for SyFy.
Yeah.
Especially for the SyFy channel. So, full spoilers, as always. I do need to point out. I thought this was an interesting episode. I thought there was two main plots kind of going side by side. So on one side of things, we'll get to the meet the parents half in a bit, but on the Dutch and Dav side of things, Klein is visiting Dav's father because he's trying to figure out what makes him different.
It's kind of meeting the parents still a bit.
Actually, yeah, it kind of is, actually. That's a good point. But the other one was more like the movie.
Yeah,
Because they're actually at dinner and stuff, and yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, so he goes to meet Dav's father and tortures him and is like, tell me about your son, why is he different? And then he decides that he's going to find out where his mother is, because maybe it's the mother's side that gives him this special attributes that stopped him from being a level 6. And he's doing this mind meldy thing where he's putting his fingers in the goo so that he can access Dav's mind from like halfway across the universe. And this is the second time this has happened. He did this at the start of the episode and it made him pass out. It made Dav pass out. This time he's kind of ready for it and he kind of fights back. And the offshoot of this, the result, is that they swap bodies for a while.
Because why not? Why not? Like,
Yeah, so Dav's in Klein's body and he's like, wait, is that my dad? Tied up? What's going on?
I feel like it wouldn't be a true like sci-fi show if there's not some body swapping at some point.
This is true. This is true. And meanwhile, Klein in Dav's body is like feeling pain for the first time in a long time and fighting with Dutch and all sorts of shenanigans going on. I thought it was fun. I thought that the actors both did a good job of kind of impersonating the other one.
Yeah, you could. It's always a challenge when the actors have to do this and have to play someone else because you know it has to show their range, but still not just do something that they can do. They have to be someone else in particular. Yeah, they did both do a pretty good job.
Because right away, even just from the body movement,
Yeah, they just hold themselves differently, don't they?
yeah, and that was good. It was a some nice acting touches there. Yeah, and I think that honestly the main thing to take away from all this is that right before they go back to their bodies and like because Dutch is putting the glove thing on and doing the jolt. By the way, I love the purely hypothetical conversation that her and Johnny had when they've both got these big problems to deal with, and one of them's like, hypothetically, how much explosives would it take to blow up this? And then she's like, hypothetically, if two consciousness were swapped.
Not gonna lie, it helps that it reminds me of something very specific from the last week or so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Hypotheticals.
yeah.
But no, I thought that was really fun. But yeah, so just as she's about to like send them back, and she's screaming at him, "Why was I on Archon when I was a girl?" And he says it wasn't you, and that's very interesting because instantly I'm thinking, right, she's a clone, or she's a line of clones, or
I was thinking maybe she's has got some of this link with someone else, and she's experienced someone else's memories.
maybe. No, but it wasn't her that had the memory though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It was Dav. So she did look like her. So someone who looked like her was there.
Yeah, you're right.
So either maybe a twin sister, I suppose. That's a good old cliche thing to do. Being SyFy though, I'm immediately jumping to clones and shit.
No, but this being sci-fi, the network could be a twin sister.
It could be, yeah. It could be. My mind went straight to clones, or maybe they are like sisters of prophecy or something. I can see them building on this with a lot of stuff. But it was intriguing. Like, as soon as they said that wasn't you, I was like, oh.
It is, but just to talk about 1 second, it's you know you were talking about how the moment where they were doing the hypotheticals was really fun, and for me that was probably my favorite moment of the episode, but kind of highlighted my biggest problem with the episode. I really didn't feel this split up cast, like the crew being split. I think the best part of this show is all the team dynamics.
I agree that's the best part, but I didn't think it suffered from it here. Because I think because they both paired off and then Potter's good as well.
Yeah, she was, but I feel like it suffered a little bit. Like I felt it was noticeable, especially when it got to that, and I was like, oh yeah, that's what I like about this show, that stuff, and there wasn't enough of it in
To
this
be
episode for me.
to be fair, I'll be back next week. Like it's only one
Yeah,
episode.
I know.
So jumping over to Johnny and Potter. And they go to visit her parents in their big fancy mansion because they want her mother, who's like one of the 9 families and big diplomats, and they can
Control shit.
lift the wall up from Old Town, all that stuff. And there's some fun to be had here. I did enjoy the dinner scene and Johnny completely fucking up all the rituals and the way that he kept trying to predict if he was meant to do something the same again, and like
Just getting it wrong every time.
yeah, as soon as they sit down and the guy hits the gong again, they'll stand up and he's like, seriously? So that was good fun.
I do feel that this half of the episode was more fun.
Yeah,
I enjoyed this more.
it was. Typically, it was. Yeah, and I think some character development for Potter, and we got a sense of her. Although I think now we're kind of we're still going to see her obviously, but like I thought, oh maybe she'll be on the ship now. They keep teasing me with people who might be on the ship now, and they keep leaving.
It is. It's like they want to have this bigger crew, like a bigger cast, but they don't want to commit to a bigger crew for the ship.
They keep like because we started off and Prim was on the ship with them, and then we thought that new girl, Alice, or the gun was called Alice. I can't remember what the girl's name
I think
was.
the arm was called Alice. Yeah.
Yeah. And she left, and then we had religious dude whose name I can't remember, and then he left, and then I thought, oh, maybe we'll get Potter, because now Potter and Johnny, and they did kiss at the end of this episode, so I'm sure we're going to see more of her, but I'm like, what, she's not on the ship either? For fuck's sake, put someone on the ship and keep them there.
It's kind of getting annoying.
Yeah, they keep doing it. Look, this is 5 episodes, it's half the season, 5 episodes, and we've had 4 potential new crew members.
That's almost one an episode.
It is. That's pretty bad.
It's kind of staggering, really, when you look at it like that.
So meantime, the plot: someone uses this frost gas shit to try and kill everyone. Turns out to be the fiancé of the Potter's sister, who used to be her boyfriend. It seemed like, and
Some crazy family politics going on there.
yeah, they didn't really care about this. The mother sacrificed herself, as did the father. Actually, both
It was
parents.
cool watching Potter chop the sister's hand off.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Yeah, Potter making the big decisions.
Yeah, grab a sword. That'll do the job.
Yeah. So I think the one last main thing to talk about really is at the end of the episode when Potter and Johnny kiss, and he's like, I kinda want to give a shit now. Like, I don't know if the warrant is all, right? And that didn't really mean much to me because even last week Dav said he's the one who gives a shit.
Yeah.
He's got the conscience, right? And then at the end, like Dutch hugs him, like is like, you know what, so much has changed and I'm so glad you're the same. You tell me if something changed. And that line kind of annoyed me because that's just blatant like bait. That's like drama bait right there. It still would have had the effect. You know, without the you would tell me, right? Like all she had to say is I'm glad you're still the one constant thing in my life. That'd been it.
Yeah.
And left it there. But she didn't. She added that stupid line on, whatever. Or the writers added it on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not blaming the actress. It wasn't an ad lib.
You never know.
See if I was a director, right, and the actors were ad-libbing, but what they were ad-libbing was just, like, cliched dialogue that just made things really obvious, I would be slapping them all over the set. If you're going to fucking ad-lib something interesting.
Yeah, that's fair.
Something funny. Or whatever, I don't know, but
Not cliche bollocks.
not soap opera dialogue, please. Thank you.
Yeah, you want to do that, go join the cast of Arrow.
Exactly. But no, and then he has this dramatic moment where he looks all guilty, and I do have to complain about this. I have to call bullshit on this. I don't get why he feels guilty. I don't get the big deal. Does he really feel bad? What they're really saying here in terms of drama is that he feels bad because he's not all about the warrant anymore, even though I feel like he already was, and he feels like he's not the person she wants him to be if he's not that. I don't like.
I thought maybe it's that he's kind of getting close with Potter, and he feels like at some point he's going to leave the ship to go and be with her.
I guess, but even, that feels like a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I know, but that's where my mind went.
Because I feel like you can be the person who gives a shit, and you always kind of were, and still be who Dutch needs you to be. Like, and even then, like, what? So even if that is the long term issue, is that he might want to like go and make babies with Pawter somewhere someday. Like, he was going to meet someone eventually.
Well, yeah, but I think she's part of the nine, so if she's like the head of that family now, right? Of the nine, so he'd be
Yeah,
joining them. So he'd essentially become like way above her.
I guess, but
Yeah, it's still a weird one. I agree. It's a bit like
I don't know. I feel like they're forcing drama here when I don't think, at least to the point where he's like standing there looking really guilty, like, oh my god, I'm like, he's not even done anything yet.
I know. Maybe it won't turn out as bad as we're thinking.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, something will happen to circumvent the whole thing probably, but right, I felt like it was a really forced bit of like soap opera style drama.
Which is good. Well, it's weird because this show's kind of avoided that for the most part.
Yeah, it kind of has. Yeah,
It's had little bits here and there, but nothing massive.
yeah. So I had some issues with that at the end. But I had fun otherwise. I thought the plot at the house with the freezy gas and all the fun of him trying to like go through their rituals and whatever was good fun. Some of the stuff with the body swapping was fun. Yeah, it was a fine episode. I just thought that bit at the end was a bit forced.
Yeah, I think it was probably the weakest one of the season for me.
I don't know if I'd go that far. I think I like this one more than the one in the mines.
Fair enough. No, like I said, I think it's just splitting up the cast. It just doesn't work for me because it's just I don't know, it takes away one of my favorite parts of the show.
One final note. I don't want to turn this into Dutchie's hair watch, but her hair changed again for this episode. It's changing a lot. Where does she have the time? She's going out doing warrants and knows what.
She's gonna look respectable when she's taking in criminals.
I don't know, but her hair changed. Admittedly, I think her hair looks nicer now, the new style, but now we're really getting into let's just talk about Dutch's hair. So let's stop this right now before this delves into all sorts of shenanigans. This is the great thing about men's hair. Dav's hair looked great again this episode. Look, the exact same as it's done the entire goddamn show.
It's literally never once looked a single hair differently.
That's been Killjoys, people. Let us know in the comments what you thought of the episode, where you think things are going. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. Helps us out a lot. Thanks very much for watching, guys. We will see you next time.